Hi there, this is Ashley with the Digital Harbor Foundation. Today we're going to take a look at the 3D design software Tinkercad. This video will serve as a basic overview of the program. You can see here that I've already signed into my account. All you need is your email because Tinkercad is completely free. In this gallery view of all my designs, you can see some of my older ones, some are 3 years old or so, but let's talk about creating a new design. So to do that, we're going to click Create New Design at the top left. When this opens up, you'll see our workspace. We're going to get into this big blue square in the middle in a minute. The first thing we're going to do is name our project. This way we'll know what it is when we sign back in. Double click on this text up here. Tinkercad gives all projects a random title, but when we click on it, we can rename our project. You'll see the new title show up as you start typing. I'm just going to call this Tinkercad Practice. When I click out, it's going to save that. Now we've titled our project, it's time to check out this work plane. This is where you'll build your 3D designs. You can consider the work plane like the bed of the 3D printer. Whatever you place on here is what will be printed out. Let's check out how we can manipulate our view of this work plane. We can use our mouse or touchpad to zoom in and out, or we can click and drag. We can also go to this cube in the top left corner. You can click and drag and change your perspective. If you click on one of the cube's faces, it'll actually snap you exactly to the top, right, left, bottom, whatever view you're trying to get to. These buttons on the left can help you zoom in and out of your design. This is really great when we need to see tiny details. If we take a look at the right-hand side of our screen, we have a bunch of shapes that I can click and drag out. So I'm just going to start with the cube. Let's see what we can do with it. You can click and drag to move the shape around, but we can also resize this cube. Check out these little white squares. When we click on it, we get 20 millimeters. That's the length and width of our cube. We can also change our measurement unit to inches if you're more comfortable. To do that, we go to the bottom right-hand corner. We can click Edit Grid. When the window pops up under the unit, we can click on that drop-down and select inches. Typically, you set these parameters to the dimensions of your 3D printer. I'm just going to set these to 6 by 6 inches for now. You can always adjust these later. Then you'll click Update Grid. When we go back to the work plane, we'll see it's changed a little bit because the unit is now inches. When we click on our cube, it's about 3/4 of an inch, but I'm going to set this to exactly 1 inch. So if you click on the measurement, you can then type in exactly what you want each value to be. So I'm just going to type in 1 and hit enter. I'm going to do this for all of the axes, X, Y, and Z, which are the length, width, and height of the cube. Now when I have a perfect cube on my work plane, we can see the other things we can do. If I click back on my cube, you'll notice this little cone here. If you click and drag this cone, you can adjust the position of this cube off the work plane. This is the Z axis. If I click and drag, I can lift this cube up into the air, and this measurement down here is how high my cube is off the work plane. Unfortunately, in order to print these designs, we have to make sure these pieces or our cube are flat on the work plane and not above or below. So I'm going to set this back to 0. Make sure your design always stays on top of the work plane. Thanks for hanging out for the full video. Over the next few lessons, we'll review skills in Tinkercad like making holes, grouping, aligning, and keyboard shortcuts. See you soon.